everyone, welcome to episode number 11 of my dumb little wrestling podcast. We are back with another episode. Last week it was on a Wednesday. We're back on Tuesdays, like the usual. I don't know why I said the usual. I've only been back doing this for this is my third week, but it does not matter. We got a pretty heavy news week in wrestling and whatnot. A lot of things have been going down on the screen. Usually I put like the four somewhat, biggest things to happen. So, podcast came out last Wednesday. That night, the freshest piece of news or event thing going on was AEW Dynamite, but we'll circle back to that towards the end of the podcast. We'll get through some of the big WWE stuff first. But before we get to the WWE stuff, I want to talk about a couple little New Japan boys that their contracts are up. They're going to AEW. Will Ospreay, we already knew. And Fightful has reportedly said that, or have reported that Okada is probably going to sign to AEW pretty soon, which is crazy. I think he's a good fit for AEW. WWE and AEW, I guess, have enough people on their roster, but if any company were to have gotten Okada, I'm glad it's AEW because he's been used there before for like Forbidden Door and just, I think on like a random Dynamite just for the hell of it. Like I think he was in a tag match with Orange Cassidy against Danielson and Claudio, maybe? I think that was the match. But, so hopefully Okada will be used well in AEW. They got a lot of stars over there. And the past few months in AEW, the booking's been pretty good. Ever since Samoa Joe won the AEW title, it seems like they've kind of taken a more serious direction, I guess. The rankings are back, so AEW's kind of stepping it up. Okada's going, and as well, we'll talk about Big Business later when I get to AEW stuff. So yeah, and also we know Ospreay has already signed with the company. He announced that at Full Gear last year, so that'll be nice. He'll be starting, I believe, in February or March. So we're going to get Ospreay, going to get Okada, possibly. It's not confirmed that Okada is signed, obviously, but, I think that's what they said he would be most likely doing. And also, it was somewhat, I think, reported that Mercedes Mone has been on AEW's payroll for a little while now, so I don't know. We'll have to just see if all that's just true. But now let's go back to WWE. We got WrestleMania season in full swing. They had the kickoff press conference, and usually I wouldn't really check any of that stuff out. But they were going to have Cody and The Rock and Roman and Rollins there and everybody. So I was like, okay, let's see what we were doing. They got Punk also on the broadcast, panel, along with Big E, who says his neck is doing well, which is good to hear. Also, Pat McAfee and Michael Cole were there as well. Punk was on one. He was, talking about, punching everybody in the face, bro. Punk was just, he was fired up, man. But, WrestleMania kickoff, we had some things like Bianca Belair come out. She was hyping, I believe, Love in WWE, Bianca and Montez. I think she was talking about that. Also, she's undefeated at WrestleMania. Maybe she'll face Jade Cargill. That's kind of like, Jade Cargill and Bianca's I guess, the first dream match for Jade. Maybe they'll do it at Mania, and if they do, that would kind of suck, because I would like Bianca Belair to be the new undefeated person at WrestleMania, but you can't have Jade lose her first match, so I think they should hold off on that for maybe till, a SummerSlam or something. Maybe Jade versus Nia Jax, because Jade is the one who eliminated Nia from the Rumble. So have Jade and Nia beat the hell out of each other at Mania, with Jade getting the W right there. That's how I would book it, at least. But moving on from Bianca Belair, we also had Rhea Ripley, who came out, and Becky Lynch interrupted her. Ooh, is that a spoiler for what we're going to see at Mania? I don't know. So yeah, Becky is in the Elimination Chamber, so, that's pretty something. And also, before we get to Rock, Cody, and Rollins and Roman, WWE announced Speed. WWE Speed on, I'm not going to call it X. It's on Twitter. They said it's going to be short form content or fast-paced matches, which is interesting. I've always thought that if you can't book certain superstars on a show, they should be using main event, or hell, even the people that go down to NXT kind of do it, but they should be using their kind of lesser known shows to just have people that aren't booked put on good ass matches. That way they could build their stock with some fans that maybe care more about the storytelling aspect of wrestling, but if they put on a good match, people aren't going to hate that whatsoever. So hopefully that's what we get with WWE Speed. Hopefully guys that aren't on the show weekly They can just tear it up for a good 7 minutes, just quick pace, fun matches. Kind of like AEW Rampage, which has been featuring a lot of luchador stuff recently, which those matches have been a lot of fun. So I think just having really good, fun matches can do a lot for a wrestler. So hopefully that's what that is. But now we got all the meat. We got the big main event of that press conference. We had Rollins come out. He's like, yeah, I'm hyped for Mania. I want to face this man. Come out here, Cody. We Want Cody was a big thing last week. It's still going on, I believe. Cody comes out. Oh, wait, no, Cody doesn't come out. Roman comes out. It's like, whoa, okay. Roman throws his little jab, like, Rollins is like, look who finally showed up to work. Like, that was good. That was nice. Because I also, like, have the same feeling. But then Roman did the same, look who's dancing around in his wife's shoes. It's like, bro, okay. One, who cares? And two, not good. You're the world champ. Come up with something better, bro. Come on now. Come on now. What are we doing here, Roman? What are we doing? I know you got better stuff than that. Make fun of his knee, not what he's wearing. Come on. But yeah, Roman talks some nonsense. Then The Rock comes out. Roman chooses The Rock to face at Mania. Rock pulls up the giant family tree, and he's like, see, we're part of the same family. It started all the way like from my grandfather and his grandfather or something like that. And this will be the biggest match in WrestleMania history. Ugh. No, it wouldn't. I'm saying that right now. It's just my 2 cents. No. It would not be the biggest main event in WrestleMania history. No offense to, like, the heritage and the family, but I don't care about the family stuff. Like, that's good that y'all, like, have that for your backstory and your lore or whatever. Me personally, I don't care. Y'all could be, like, actual brothers. Y'all could be Jimmy and Jay, but I would not care. Y'all could be the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie. I would not care. The match itself would not be that great. They could throw in so many, like, sports entertainment antics, like interferences and big announce table spots and referees get knocked down. They could pull out all the stops like that, and it would still be a fine main event, but it would not be the biggest, most important match in Mania history. So The Rock's kind of just hyping himself up. I know that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to make the company look like $1 million, but I wasn't buying any of that crap. But then we have Cody coming out and says this is bullshit. And you know what? It was bullshit. Cody's sticking up for himself, even though he's the one that said, like, Rock could face Roman. So, Cody, I know you, like, had a change of heart, which is good, but, like, why'd you give up the spot in the first place? What was that? What was that about? But Cody says no, no, no. And then The Rock brings up Dusty, and Cody brings up The Rock's family, and The Rock got all pissy and slapped Cody. And then big old, not fight, but they were getting in each other's faces, and everybody had to be backed away. So that kind of all fell apart. Cody chose Roman. Rock versus Roman was never official. They pointed that out a lot on Raw last week, I believe, or on SmackDown, I think. Either way, they brought it up that it wasn't official. But on SmackDown, Triple H did say it is Cody versus Roman. It is official. So there you go. The Rock is still involved. Rollins is still involved, as we'll see on when I talk about Raw, which was earlier tonight, because I'm recording this Monday night. So yeah, good stuff there. Glad we're going to get Cody and Roman. I hope they don't throw a little swerve in there and we still end up getting like a Rock and Roman instead of Cody. You could do Rock and Roman legit any other time. Save it for next year's Mania. Or better yet, you should have freaking done it a couple years ago. But Rock didn't want to. Now that Rock's a board member and his past few projects have not been going very well, aka Black Adam and XFL. Now he probably wants to be like, oh damn, guess I gotta take this opportunity. Should have just done it 2 years ago. Problems would have been fixed. Like, what the hell? Also, Cody should have won last year at Mania. I say it all the time. And then we wouldn't be having this problem right now. But here we are. Roman versus Rock could have happened, but not for the title. And everybody would have gotten what they wanted without, like... I mean, this is entertaining. Rock kind of coming in as his heel, being like, it's my spot. Because I'm on top and I make the rules. And Triple H is like, no, that's not how that works. I mean, it's entertaining, but they're this was not planned at all, like, several months ago. This was more like alright, it's WrestleMania season, let's kind of try to throw things and see what stick. That's what I feel like it's happening. Where if Cody would have won last year, you could have had all this separate, still really good stuff, still really good segments and promos, but not all jumbled together, somewhat, kind of crossing that line of, oh yeah, we will get Rock and Roman, because that probably, I mean, it would have made a lot of people happy, because a lot of people want to see that match, but it also would have pissed off a lot of people, mainly me, and other people that are big Cody fans. But yeah, it just makes sense for Rock to, like, face Roman in a non-title match, and Cody to face Roman, because he did win the Royal Rumble after all. But there you go. We also had some Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. I think we got that started on Monday. It continues on SmackDown last Friday. Orton versus Zayn was the main event. Orton won. He's going to the Chamber, which kind of sucks. I kind of wanted Zayn to win, but, you know, Bianca Belair beat Michin. She's going to the Women's Chamber. Cool beans. Drew beat AJ, and I missed a lot of the matches on SmackDown, but Drew is going on to the Chamber. And they also announced who else would be in qualifying matches. Some of those happened on Raw last night. So, we'll get to those in a little bit. Also, it was announced that Roman and The Rock will be on SmackDown this Friday. Whoa. Maybe we'll see something. I don't know. But then, we also got a really fun... It felt like it went by really quick. But that's what I said about the Kofi Kingston and Gunther match, which apparently that match was really good. But it breezed by. Because, I walked out of the room, I came back, and this match was already, almost over. I was like, damn, okay. But we had Tyler Dunne, holy crap. Peter Dune and Tyler Bate versus DIY, Black and Gold, cool stuff, NXT. Good match. Bate and Dunne won. I kind of wish DIY won, but I think they could save a Ciampa Gargano title match for Mania. That might be where we're headed. But at Elimination Chamber, we're going to get Judgment Day defending their tag titles against Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Should be a good match. Wouldn't mind seeing British Strong Style get the dub, but if Judgment Day are going to lose their titles, it'll probably be at WrestleMania. But either way, I'm fine with that. It was a good match. And I believe... Logan. Logan Paul was also there. He's part of the group of people that are going to be qualifying for the Chamber. He wanted a challenger for the U.S. title, and it was like, no, but you'll qualify for the Chamber. And Logan Paul dropped a good little line where he's like, qualifying matches are for people that are unqualified. I'm the U.S. champion. I am qualified. It's like, you know what? He has a point. He is a champion. He is technically qualified. If anyone's qualified, it's a champion to be in that chamber. He makes a good point. I don't ever want to agree with Logan Paul on anything, but he makes a good little point there. But the last thing I'll say about SmackDown is we had Bayley and Dakota Kai, and Dakota Kai has chosen her side. She's siding with Bayley. There we go. Swinging a chair at Io Sky. Her and Bayley still, I don't know if they're officially together, but I think it's safe to say Dakota's going to stay with Bayley for the next few months at least. Hopefully they don't split them up. I would love Dakota to do her own thing inevitably, but, keep them as a good friend pairing, and they can both be in each other's segments and have a good time while also doing their own thing. So yeah, Dakota Kai. Seems like she was moving around fine. She was able to swing a chair. She didn't get into any actual brawl or anything. So I don't know how well her injury is healed up. I'm assuming it's got to be she's almost ready for an in-ring return, because she was moving around pretty decent in there. So, and she hasn't used crutches in a while or a boot or nothing. So I don't know. Would be cool to see Dakota. It would be cool to see her in the Chamber, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, there's SmackDown. SmackDown was alright. Again, for some reason, I noticed this on Raw as well. WWE just has so many damn commercials. And usually, AEW also has to throw commercials in there, duh. But it feels like WWE has so many promos and non-wrestling segments plus commercials, where it really feels like there's not much wrestling on the show. The matches that they have been throwing out there have been decent. Obviously, Raw can take advantage of that because they have an extra hour compared to a SmackDown and NXT or a Dynamite and all that. But I don't know. It just mainly recently, because I have been keeping up with Raw and SmackDown this year, but the past couple weeks it just seems like there's been so many damn commercials and just segments. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. But before we go to AEW, we're gonna go to last night on Raw, aka a couple hours ago, but you'll be hearing this Tuesday or whenever, so we had a 6-man tag match. It was I didn't write down what it was. I just wrote down it was a 6-man tag. Oh, it was the Uso, Jey Uso, and the New Day going up against Imperium. Jey Uso kind of tore the house down there, and New Day and Jey got the win, and it was later announced that Jey is going to be challenging Gunther for that Intercontinental Championship next week on Raw, which is good for me. I didn't know this prior to last week, but apparently Gunther can't compete at Elimination Chamber because visa issues in regards to that. So my whole Jey Uso should fight Gunther at Chamber, yada yada, that was out the window. But we're getting the match anyway. I don't want Jey to beat Gunther. He should not be the one to beat Gunther. He could be a singles champion later this year. Go for it. Go for it. But he should not be the one to beat Gunther. I think, although Jey Uso has a lot of hype behind him and everybody loves him, I like Jey. He's cool. I just think I don't know. I just don't really buy him as like main event Jey Uso because he hasn't really been main event Jey Uso. He's like hang around the mid card and some of the top storyline a little bit here and there Jey Uso. So I don't know. I kind of feel bad saying that because he has proven that he can sit in like these top storylines and be all right, but he's just not one of my personal favorites. I'd rather see my boy Sheamus finish his story at WrestleMania. Hashtag we want Sheamus. And, I'd rather Sheamus be the one to dethrone Gunther. Even if it wasn't Sheamus, I'd love Chad Gable to somehow get an opportunity and be like, hey, we're going to meet again, Gunther. Thank you. That would be nice. But Jey should have a great showing against Gunther next week on Raw. Lose the match. Maybe get beaten down and we get Sami Zayn maybe to help him out or something. I don't know. Sami and Jey are cool, but Sami might get tied up with Cody's story. I don't know. Sami Zayn would be another person I'd prefer over Jey. There's only like a handful of people I'd want to see really beat Gunther. Jey's not in that handful though, so that's my feelings on that. I still think Jey's cool. But we got some more Elimination Chamber qualifying matches as well. Bobby Lashley's qualifying for the Men's Chamber. Liv Morgan beat Zoe Stark. She's qualifying for that Women's Chamber. LA Knight beat Ivar. Michael Cole's still obsessed with Valhalla's antlers because why not? But LA Knight's going to the Chamber. So it's looking like a pretty stacked Elimination Chamber for the men's and women's. For the men's, we got LA Knight. We got Bobby Lashley. We got Randy Orton. I think on SmackDown it's going to be Dom versus Kevin Owens. As funny as it would be to see like Dom be in there and like do a bunch of fun like comedy things, I'd really want to see Kevin Owens in there. Please. Maybe we'll get Logan Paul in there as well. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty fun chamber. And also the women's, we got Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch in there, two very possible winners, and I would love to see those two be like the final two. Battle it out, see who faces Rhea at Mania. I think Becky has a bit more momentum. Liv just came back from injury and she's doing her old revenge tour or whatever. But I don't know. I think either or would be fine. I'm a big Becky Lynch fan, so I would love to see the man go to WrestleMania. But I don't want to see Rhea Ripley lose that title anytime soon. Her reign just kind of started cooking a little bit, it feels like. But it's still... I don't know, her reign just feels so stop-start. Like, some weeks it's like, oh yeah, the women's champion. And some weeks it's like, oh yeah, women's champion. I don't know. But we got some good Elimination Chamber stuff lined up. I think it is in a couple weeks, not this weekend, but next weekend. Starts at 5 a.m. or something like that. Let me know if you want me to do a little live stream. Whoa, because I'll wake up early and watch it. Why the hell not? But yeah. What else happened on Raw? The main event, I guess we'll go to the main event. Oh, wait, no, we got R-Truth versus JD McDonough, and Damian Priest is still like, dude, I'm serious. You're not in the group. Piss off. And R-Truth is, damn, man, that sucks. But JD McDonough gets a W over R-Truth, I believe. I wasn't in the room, but I heard it on the TV. I think JD won. And then they beat up R-Truth. But DIY come out and save R-Truth. Yeah, I hate their theme song, but it's cool to see them on TV every week. We are, like, that sucks. Their theme song, it sucks. But, more importantly, R-Truth thanking DIY backstage, but he thinks he got saved by DX. He calls Johnny Gargano, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. He calls Ciampa the King of Kings, Triple H, which Ciampa kind of looked like Triple H for a little bit there when his beard was getting all big and gray. That was funny. I like R-Truth, like DIY segment with them. Put a little smile on my face. There you go. We also have Cody coming out to do a promo and Rollins joining him out there. Rollins says he has to finish the story for him, for everybody. And, maybe Rollins could be his shield, wink wink, to, fend off Rock and Roman and all the bad things clouding Cody's story finishing. So that's cool. Got a little shield throwback there. Rollins says he's, kind of responsible for Roman Reigns becoming who he is because he taught him all the things he knew back when they were buddies in the Shield. And again, Rollins, I love when wrestlers make good points. Sometimes they just kind of bullshit. But Rollins, Drew, Logan Paul, sadly, they, all these guys are making reasonable, sensible, yeah, that's legit. You're speaking facts. Let them cook. So Rollins is like, hey, yo, Cody, if you need help, I can help you. You don't gotta be alone in this. So it could be, this would suck. It would be a good match and a good main event, but it would suck for Io and Bayley. We could get no, Rollins is defending his title against whoever wins the chamber match. Never mind. I was gonna say we're gonna get maybe Rollins and Cody versus Rock and Roman night 1. Then night 2 we get Cody and Roman. That would be cool, but I really think Io and Bayley should main event, because Bayley did win the Royal Rumble. But also, I feel like Rollins is deserving of a Mania main event. It sucks, because there's maybe 3 or 4 matches that should be a part of the main event at WrestleMania, but only 2 matches can main event WrestleMania, now that they have 2 nights instead of 1. Am I crazy for, preferring 1 night? I mean, yeah, you either put everyone on the show, but the show's 6 hours, or keep it to 4 hours, but not everybody makes it on the show. But at the same time, it's it feels like more of a big spectacle when it's 1 huge night. I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one that misses 1 night Manias, because if the matches are good and the wrestling is good, I don't mind watching a long show. That's why when people complain about AEW back in 2022, they were having 4-hour shows and they went past 11 p.m. I really don't mind, and if I had to miss something, I could always watch the next day. I don't mind long wrestling shows, but regardless, 2 nights, 2 main events. Really would like Bayley and Io, but if they do the tag match or go with Rollins, I think those 2 matches have a better chance of main eventing than Io and Bayley, which that sucks. But the Damage Control storyline is usually doing pretty well, so I hope they put that in a main event spot. So yeah, Rollins and Cody could also do a tag match at Elimination Chamber. I think that would be a great, because you always have events like Fastlane and Elimination Chamber between Rumble and Mania. You gotta have, storylines continuing to build to Mania, but you obviously can't have the match itself, so you gotta involve the participants. What a better way than, a big blockbuster tag match? Plus Rock. The Rock, while he's in decent shape, I don't think he could do a very, high action 20-something minute wrestling match by himself. But if he's in a tag match with Roman, and they both do their thing of, headlock, knock somebody down, talk to the crowd, start, being all cocky, that could work in a tag match. And Rollins, he might not be fully healed. He'll be ready to go for WrestleMania, I think people are saying. But if he still needs a little bit more time to not be in a full-on singles match, have him be in a tag match where he could tag Cody. Have Cody and Roman do some of the fighting. Rock do a little bit of the fighting. Rollins, whatever he's capable of, injury-wise. I think, yeah, I get it. It's going to be at 5 a.m. But it's still going to be a huge show. Put The Rock and Roman, I don't want the tag match to be at Mania. It would fit a WrestleMania, level card, but, save some room for some other people and put this tag match on Elimination Chamber. Who knows if they'll even do a tag match? If they don't, that's kind of a wasted opportunity, because if we do get Cody and Roman for sure, and The Rock doesn't have a match out of all of it, I don't need to see a Rock match, But it would kind of be a shame to bring him here, be a part of all the story, just for him to, like, go away. Like, what? What was the point of that? He got really pissed that Cody talked about his family. So do something about it, Rock, besides the slap, do something. Plus, Cody on Raw said he was going to hit Rock back. I want to see it. I hope we see it on SmackDown. But yeah, so there a pretty good promo from Cody and Rollins. Rollins being the hype man of Monday Night Raw. Yeah, the main event, Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Hell yeah. Throwback to NXT TakeOver Dallas. What a fantastic match. This, the match was still good, but, it did not nearly live up to the TakeOver match. I knew it wouldn't, but it was still an alright match, not throwing any shade on it. Not the main event, the ending was a little, damn, that sucks. But Drew McIntyre came out to distract Sammy. Sammy got kicked in the back of the knee. Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Drew and Shinsuke beat up Sammy. Cody comes out, easily dumps out McIntyre. Crossroads to Shinsuke. Cody stands tall with his buddy Sami Zayn. Decent ending, I guess, with Cody on top, but I guess it's cool that Shinsuke got a win. I wish Sammy would pick up some more wins, but maybe they're building like this ultimate underdog story again with him. That would be cool. He didn't qualify for the Chamber, so he's not getting a title match at Mania, at least not Rollins' title. I think a Gunther versus Sammy match at Mania would be awesome. Because unlike Roman and Sammy's, home country of Canada, you kind of knew it wouldn't make sense for Roman to drop the title there, but they're all rooting for Sammy really hard. At Mania, Gunther's had a long enough reign. Mania would be the spot for Gunther to lose the title if we did get a Sammy versus Gunther match. Sammy has a way better chance of beating Gunther in that situation than beating Roman a year ago or whatever. So, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards a Sammy Gunther match at Mania if we don't get a Sheamus Gunther match, which would kind of be a shame because that story, like between Clash at the Castle, all those Friday Night SmackDowns, and at WrestleMania, just for Sheamus to never talk about it again. Because it wouldn't hit the same if Sheamus did it with anybody else. Him and Gunther have basically had a legendary rivalry at this point. And I think Sheamus should be the one to do it. I know I'm talking about Sheamus and the IC title a bunch, but I'm passionate about it. Okay. But yeah, that's all the WWE stuff for the most part. We went through SmackDown, went through Raw, went through the WrestleMania kickoff. I don't think anything else happened. I didn't watch NXT this past week. So my bad. I'm doing really bad of keeping up with NXT. I barely even paid attention to Vengeance Day, but Vengeance Day was still an alright show. But we got some, surprisingly, we had some TNA news. I watched a little bit of TNA. I believe Wednesday, right after the podcast came out, Scott D'Amore, no longer TNA president. I don't know if he was fired from the company or if he was just removed from that role. But, that sucks. The reasoning, I think it was, we didn't want him being on screen and taking away time and being the face of the company. I kept up with TNA for a little bit, not super paying attention, but every time Scott D'Amore was on screen, it was usually a backstage thing where it'd be okay, you're having a match. Or he'd go out to be okay, you're doing this. It's like an Adam Pearce, Nick Aldis thing. He's being a general manager and a boss, bro. That's his role. He's not out there the whole show. What do you mean? And also, this dude, I even said this a couple weeks ago, him and Tony Khan just are so passionate about their companies, and it's good to see that passion and that fire about something you helped create, help run, I won't say help create for Scott D'Amore, but you know what I mean, help run. And, even when they're their voice cracks because they're yelling and they're super hyped, that's let's get some more of that hype and emotion on the show, hell yeah. And for them to be we don't want Scott D'Amore taking up all this time. It's bro, he brought the energy to TNA, bro. He helped bring TNA back. What the hell do you mean? How is that in any way a bad thing? So justice for Scott D'Amore. Hopefully they give him something to do or put him back in that spot. Also some TNA news. Simon Gotch is in TNA. Whoa, you remember the Vaudevillains? Now they're both in TNA. We got Aiden English on commentary with Tom. I forgot. Wait, Tom. I forgot. Tom Hannigan? Hannafin? I don't know. I think. Wait, was it Tom Phillips in I really like Tom Phillips when he was in WWE, but I think he got released like towards like 2020, 2021 around there. I don't know. But yeah, Simon Gotch is in. I think Aiden English's name in TNA, or like his real name is like Matthew Rewalt, something like that. I'm bad with names, but Simon Gotch attacked, I believe it was Josh Alexander, so, Simon Gotch was alright. You always saw that video of him shooting on Enzo pop up in your recommended on YouTube. I never watched it. Did he actually shoot on Enzo? He probably did. I don't know. But let's move on to some All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, let's go. Also, wait, going back to New Japan, Ospreay, his last New Japan match was this like cage match with United Empire versus the War Dogs Bullet Club. Seen some highlights from that match. Holy shit, dude. I need to go and watch that full thing. That looked like it kicked ass. Way to send off Ospreay. What a good last match to have. But I think Ospreay's got one more indie booking, and then he's in AEW for realsies. So good stuff. On Dynamite last week, we had Swerve and Hangman opening the show. Good match, of course. They've had a great series of matches. Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, I think it was. Yeah, Full Gear. Ugh. You gotta burp out that impact. What am I saying? And then on Dynamite, hell yeah. And it went to a time limit draw. Hangman took a beating from Swerve. Swerve also took a beating, but I think Swerve, for the most part, was on top. Was about to go for the cover on Hangman. Time limit draw. Damn. We kind of get a repeat of Adam Cole against MJF on Dynamite. And Swerve's like, you know how this goes? 5 more minutes. And Hangman's like, in order to get that title shot, you needed to beat me. And you didn't do it. And then, damn, he just walks off. Hangman, very, very uncharacteristic like for Hangman. It looks like he might be turning a little heel. I don't know, going a little crazy. But Tony Schiavone's like, hey, TK backstage, he's like, we're going to have a 3-way at Revolution. Mojo's a little pissed. Swerve's happy. Hangman's pissed because, like, he didn't beat me. But it's like, Hangman, you got a title match, bro. Chill out. Come on now. So we're getting a triple threat at Revolution. Smojo defending against Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page. That's going to be a killer main event. The last triple threat for the AEW title was great. Double or Nothing 2021, I think it was, with Kenny, Pac, and Orange Cassidy. That was a lot of fun. So excited for this triple threat at Revolution. And then we had guys from CMLL versus the BCC. Very fun tag match. Hell yeah. We also had some gang warfare. Guys from CMLL came out. Guys from AEW came out, kind of having a little standstill. I like that we're having this little rivalry between the two companies, with their rosters and whatnot. Makes for some fun matches. Those CMLL guys are legit. They put on they do some incredible shit, man, I tell you. But backstage, we got the Undisputed Kingdom attacking Chuck Taylor, Chucky T. Poor guy can't catch a break. I like Chuck Taylor. I hope him and Trent win the tag titles one day. This year. This is the year of best friends. Let's go. Bow, ticka, bow, ticka, bow, ticka, best friends. And then we got the big announcement. You see it on screen. AEW going to the TD Garden in Boston. Big Business, which I think is kind of a funny name for a show. But it's kind of centered around making money. We got Boss with the dollar signs. Who had something similar to that? None other than Sasha Banks. Whoa, it's almost confirmed. Tony Khan had a little silly smile on his face, so he's like, yeah, you know, and I know. So, Mercedes Moné, odds are will be making her debut at that show. I at first thought it would be at Revolution, but they announced a show. Getting a show dedicated to your rival, pretty big deal. CM Punk is the only other person that had that treatment with Rampage The First Dance. So, Mercedes Moné, big deal. Big fan of Sasha Banks' work in WWE. Her New Japan stuff was pretty good from what I saw. So, let's see how she does in AEW. And then also, speaking of money, if Okada is signing with AEW, there's no way they're going to have Mercedes and Okada debut at the same time on the same show. I think Okada, you could do a Revolution thing. Maybe have his first match at Big Business. Make it a must-see TV event. So maybe he comes out Revolution, which is, I want to say like March 3rd. Hold on, let me check the calendar. March 3rd would be a Sunday, so yeah, I think it's March 3rd. And that next Wednesday, not the following Wednesday, but the week after, that Wednesday will be Big Business. So I think maybe Okada shows up at Revolution, and then maybe he attacks somebody, and then they announce a match at Big Business. That would be awesome. Would really love to see that. So AEW getting a lot of heavy hitters. Also Ospreay, I'm sure will be at Revolution some way, somehow. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. Then we had Takeshita versus Jericho. The match was okay. And Takeshita won using the walls of Jericho. Don Callis obviously interfered a bit to get Jericho to that point, which kind of sucks. I feel like Takeshita should have whooped Jericho's ass. Dominant victory, but it was more of a back and forth with Takeshita getting the upper hand, but making Jericho submit with his own submission move. Pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, Takeshita is now in the rankings. He's like number 5, so he could go after somebody's title if he wants to. I don't know. Also, we got some... that was more on Collision. But Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm, we're still going to get them at Revolution. That'd be really cool. We had the main event. Tag team title match. Ricky Starks, Big Bill against Sting and Darby Allin. Bit of loose rules this one. Tornado tag, I guess. And pretty fun match. All of Sting's matches are fun. All of Darby's matches are fun. Love Ricky Starks. Really, I've been on the Big Bill bandwagon, as I've called it, since Double or Nothing last year when he was killing it in that Blackjack Battle Royal. Love Big Bill. Maybe go after some singles gold this year. I wouldn't mind if him and Ricky stayed together, but I want Ricky to win some World Championship gold, so, I hope none of them turn on each other. I hope Ricky and Big Bill have a nice mutual split, and they go after titles. Ricky Starks could maybe have a face turn, be the one to beat Christian. That would be cool. Love to see that. Then maybe you could run back Edge versus Ricky Starks, because they were kind of like talking shit about one another on Collision when Edge first debuted. So yeah. But we had the tag title match, really fun. Sting and Darby, as much as I like Sting and Darby, and yeah, they're like undefeated as a tag team, so it makes sense they're gonna get a tag title match. Sting's retiring in like a few weeks, and I get you can send him off happy, having a tag title win, and then they just like vacate the belts after Revolution. But they don't really need the titles. It is nice for Sting to have championship gold. I tweeted out something like, if any legend in AEW, because they got a few, I guess, you can call them legends. Like, you got Hardys, you got Jericho, you got Big Show, you have Edge, you have Sting. If any one of them were to win championship gold, Sting's been having great matches. He's been keeping Darby Allin with him, so elevating Darby Allin's stock. If anyone deserves some gold in AEW, I guess Sting is deserving of it. That was nice. But at the end of the show, we have Matthew and Nicholas Jackson calling them by their God-given names, the names on their passports. They attack and bloody up Darby Allin and Sting. They get their nice white suits or whatever, vests, whatever the hell, dress shirts, whatever the hell you want to call them. They get them all bloody. Cool little visual, wearing all white and getting blood all over you. Cool stuff. Big fan of the Young Bucks, obviously. And maybe I would assume it would have to be a tag title match that we're getting at Revolution. Young Bucks versus Darby Allin and Sting. But the Young Bucks said they're gonna do it the right way. They're not gonna use their EVP status to put themselves at number 1. They're gonna have tag matches pretty much every week, I would assume, leading up to Revolution, and get that number 1 spot. Next week, or actually, yeah, next week on... actually tomorrow on Dynamite, we're going to see the Young Bucks versus Top Flight, and you know who's going to that show? That is me. I'm going to be at Dynamite tomorrow night. Let's freaking go. So far, we've got Sky Blue and Willow announced. That'll be a fun match. Love both of those ladies. Young Bucks and Top Flight. That's going to be a fantastic match. Big Top Flight fan. I love them and Action Andretti. And we're also going to have, we'll move on to Collision, but we're also going to have Adam Copeland versus Daniel Garcia. Winner goes to face Christian Cage at Revolution. That's going to slap. I'm sure they'll announce at least like a couple more matches, but it looks like a solid show. Looks like a solid show. I can't wait to be there. And yeah, so moving on to Collision. Last Saturday at Collision. BCC tag match, I believe, with some more CMLL guys. Another fun tag match. But more importantly, after the match, Jon Moxley called out tag teams. You know, Jon Moxley's always calling people out. And he wants people to step up. FTR come out and they brawl. FTR loves getting in brawls on Collision. Them and House of Black had a big one a few weeks ago. There you go. Then we had Daniel Garcia versus Shane Taylor. Garcia gets a nice little win. Adam Copeland comes out. He's like, "Hey, I think we're ready for Christian Cage now." But Garcia's like, "No. I'm also getting wins. I'm also stepping up my game. I'm not gonna blow this opportunity. And even if I do, I'm gonna keep climbing back up that ladder over and over again." Adam Copeland respects Daniel Garcia, but he's like, "Hey, you're threatening to take food off my family's table, and I can't have that. You, me on Dynamite." Boom. Good match right there. Love Copeland. Love Daniel Garcia. Hell yeah. Julia Hart, Brody King, they start making Mark Briscoe bleed. It was Brody King versus Mark Briscoe. I missed that match, but I believe Brody King got the dub, and they added insult to injury by stabbing Mark Briscoe in the head with like a spike or something. He was bleeding all over the place. So, you know, maybe we'll see a Mark Briscoe versus like Brody King or House of Black member kind of like brawl. He was kind of with FTR in that cage match. He was helping them out. He helped them get the win by slamming the door on Malachi Black's face. So it only makes sense, I guess. Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo both had matches on the show, and you know, I like this rivalry. They're definitely not friends, but Deonna's like, "Oh, we were friends. Come on, where's that Tony Storm I used to know, huh? Where is she? Who's the Tony Storm I got matching tattoos with?" So, you know, pretty decent rivalry over the women's championship in AEW. And the main event. I knew this match was going to be fun. But wow, this match, probably, if I had like a match of the week kind of thing, I think this would be my match of the week. Orange Cassidy defending the international title against Tomohiro Ishii. Damn, what a fun match this was. Orange Cassidy was getting the crap beat out of him. Ishii, Stone Pitbull. Ever since I started watching New Japan, he's always been one of my favorites. I love just how, like, no shit's given he kind of is. He just, like, he takes punishment, but he also dishes it out pretty well. Yeah. Fun match. Roderick Strong backstage was also like, "Hey, Ishii." Or he was like, "Ishii! If you win the match, we'll have a rematch from a match we had, whatever, years ago." I didn't know they ever fought. Might have to go check that out, because I would love to see Roderick versus Ishii. I hope they have a tag match on Dynamite that I could watch live. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah. Cassidy, Ishii had a great match. Great match. A lot of near falls. There was a couple of times where I'm like, no shot. Like, Ishii might win. But no, he did not. He was unsuccessful, but still really fun. And yeah. And that's your week of wrestling. We got through the big stuff. We got through the big stuff. We got through the big business. WrestleMania stuff. It's WrestleMania season. Elimination Chamber is in a couple of weeks. Revolution is in like 3 weeks. Wait, is it like 3 weeks? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is. Wow. But there you go. Also, anyone listening to this that knows Deadlock Pro Wrestling or the DPW guys or whatnot, I'm going to be also going to one of their shows this Saturday. I got front row tickets. DPW Forever. Gonna be good. I believe it's Brian Keith versus Jake something. Holy hell. That's gonna be a good ass match. Also, we got Maximum Male Models gonna be there. I believe they're called something else. Just Male Models or something like that. I don't remember. And Tyler Breeze's gonna be in action. Him and Chris Danger going up against the Workhorsemen. Hell yeah. So if any of you know DPW or have seen some clips or whatnot, I'm excited to be going to that show. There you go. That's the podcast. I think that's it. There, yeah. I mean, I don't think I got anything else. Some highs and lows this week, that's for sure. Scott D'Amore, big bummer that he's no longer TNA president. Hopefully something happens. But we got big signings coming to AEW, big AEW events, good WrestleMania stories going into play, headed towards WrestleMania 40. The big bell, the Liberty Bell, gongs every time like they finish a promo for it, so it sounds like Undertaker might come out. Undertaker also has his own podcast. I learned this week, so there you go. That's that's something. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Hope y'all enjoy listening to this nonsense. Again, Dumb Little Wrestling Podcast will be back next Tuesday, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Wait, that's not my outro. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye. There we go.